Okay, really exciting day around here. I get to share with you the reveal of our little cozy cottage kitchen. It has been months in the making. We started construction in January. It is now October and all the final details have been finished up. We were waiting quite a while on the oven, on a custom cabinet, on the island, and many other little details, but it's all finished up and I get to share it with you and explain everything that we've done. If you happen to be new here, my name is Cami. I am the creator of the blog and YouTube channel Tidbits and Company, where I love to share inspiration for the keeper of the home, as well as the projects that we are doing in what we call our Lavender Blue Cottage. We bought this home, about a year and a half ago now, and have been renovating it. It was originally built in the 70s, but it had some really cool historic details like the brick surround that you'll see here in the kitchen, stuff that they took out of other historic homes. So it's been loved on, and we are so happy to have it and also pour in some love and get it a little updated, which it really needed. My purpose of doing these like makeover reveal videos is just to give you all the details I can about the space in case it's inspirational for you, in case there's sources or ideas that you would like to take from it. So I'm gonna sit here, share this space with you, and talk you through what we have done. And as always, I will leave a link in the description to the blog post that I've done for this space. I love doing photography of interiors. That's like my first and forever joy. So if you want to save some images to your Pinterest boards or slow it down and really soak in the details, I suggest you go over to the blog post, where I will also be easily linking out any sources that we have bought or that you may need reference to. Okay, I think that sums it up, and I'm excited to share with you every little detail of this cozy cottage kitchen. Since we are spending time in the kitchen today, I thought we'd also do a little bit of baking. I'm so grateful today to have Wild Grain as the video sponsor. I love talking about Wild Grain and all that they create. I was thrilled to see that they have some incredible seasonal products right now, like apple cider donuts, a pumpkin cinnamon biscuit, to name a few. Definitely check out what they have for their seasonal items, but I'm excited to give some of them a try today. I often do cooking videos with you guys. It's something I really enjoy doing, but for some reason this season of my life, I'm not into baking like sweet treats very much to my family's disappointment. I just seem to favor like cooking more meals and savory items right now. However, that doesn't mean that I don't love to treat them with things, especially during the fall season, where we've got so many amazing fall flavors. This is why I'm really grateful that Wild Grain has some of these fall seasonal items. I get to cook them with little mess, little effort, and my family is thrilled when they smell these fall flavors baking in the kitchen. If you are new to Wild Grain, they are the first bake from frozen subscription box for sourdough breads, artisanal pastries, pastas, so many good things. I'm especially in love with their whole grain sourdough products. And of course, you have to take advantage of their seasonal sweet treats, like I mentioned. So let me actually grab my items out of the freezer and share with you what I got in this month's box. Okay, I had to throw these right in the freezer when the box got here, but I'm pulling them out to show you guys. I got the sourdough wheat bread. I love having this on hand. I don't always have time to make my own sourdough, even though I'd love to. This time I'm trying their sourdough harvest bread, which I'm really excited about. Okay, and then we have their apple cider donuts. These look delicious. In fact, my little guy heard me filming this and he came out, "Are we gonna make the donuts?" So we might have to make those today. Okay, and then I got the pumpkin cinnamon biscuits. Really excited to give those a try. I've had different varieties of their biscuits and they're always good. These are exciting apple pie bites. It's definitely apple season around here, and so those will just make the house smell so good. And of course you get the croissants in every box that you order for free. So I will leave that link below, but their croissants are absolutely amazing. Oh, I forgot I ordered these little pumpkin spice cheesecakes. Yeah, these will be going in the freezer for date night, if my kids did not hear me mention them. Okay, I'm gonna have to decide which ones to make today with you guys. But I love that every item at Wild Grain goes from the freezer to your table in 25 minutes or less. This is no mess, very minimal cleanup, and my kids are so delighted that I bake something sweet for them. And when you buy from Wild Grain, you support small bakeries in the country, and they donate 2 meals to a nonprofit organization with every box ordered. Your order is fully customizable, and you can choose from a wide variety of sourdough products, pastries, seasonal items, and pastas. They are all so delicious, and we get so excited for our order every month. Okay, if you're excited to check out Wild Grain for the first time, definitely check the link in my description, or you can go to wildgrain.com/tidbits. Make sure you use my code tidbits to get $30 off your first box, as well as free croissants for life. Super excited to share this offer with you. And again, check out the link in my description and go select some amazing seasonal Wild Grain items or something else that sounds delicious for you. And finally, a huge thanks to Wild Grain for sponsoring this video. Okay, what to talk about first? Let's start with the walls, kind of the foundation of the room, if you will. We'll talk about the walls and the floors. These are hardwood floors that we installed throughout the whole main level, and upstairs we replaced some carpet that I think had seen the best of its days and put in this solid hardwood floor from Home Depot, which I will link for you. It's a white oak variety. I think it's beautiful, and fun fact, it hides crumbs really good. As for the wall treatment, I am very much inspired by colonial homes or primitive American homes, and we've done a lot of historical tours from like Mount Vernon to church history tours for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and I picked out a lot of inspiration from those homes that we've seen and toured. And this chair rail detail and baseboard and crown was very much inspired by some of those homes. It was all totally custom. So on the baseboard, we added a little beading ledge, which I saw done a lot in old homes, and then like a toe kick piece. And then on the chair rail, we did another board that we added the custom beading, and then did like this bigger ledge piece, which is really fun to like prop things up, like cutting boards and whatnot. So the thing that makes this room really unique is that I painted the trim and the cupboards the bold blue color that you're seeing here, and I'll list the color down in the description. I also have a blog post where I'm writing out all the colors for the home that we've used. But I really love how the trim is what pops, but you still get the brightness and freshness from white walls, so that's a really fun thing to do. We did a similar thing around the casings by adding this big edge piece and custom beaded boards. And then the crown in this room is really unique. In fact, the guy that was helping us install it, he was kind of scratching his head. But it's something that I saw, I think, just based off of like what was accessible in the early American days. So it's just 2 boards, and we did that custom beading and butted them up against each other in the corner, and then did a small corner piece. So it kind of wraps around the ceiling and the top of the wall, really chunky, definitely stands out. But this is the only room we did that in, and I think it looks pretty good. It was difficult for them to get level because we noticed the walls weren't all level and perfectly even, so that was a challenge installing crown molding this way, but I think it turned out good. And then of course we painted the windows, the casings, all the trim, this same beautiful blue-gray color, and that basically forms the foundation of the room. And I want you to know I'm sharing today a glimpse of our dining room and kitchen. The kitchen is more of a galley style kitchen, and then we have this dining room. If you get peeks at the other room, that's actually our walk-in pantry. I've already shared the reveal to that, so I'll link that so you can go check it out if you haven't already, but I love that space too. Okay, we have to talk about the cabinets. They are stunning in this space. So I debated keeping the old cabinets. We did take down the uppers since they were still in pretty good condition and installed them in the pantry space. However, the lowers along this row in the galley kitchen were really beat up, and I didn't want to spend money painting them if they were just not going to hold up for very much longer. So we pulled in our carpenter friend, who is so talented, and he built us these custom inset lower cabinets. Is it inset or set in? I always get that confused, so let me check that real quick. Okay, yes, it is called inset cabinets. That's where the face frame is flush with the cabinet. So he custom made all of these in place. They turned out so beautiful. I could not be happier. I put on the wooden knobs and we painted those the same color. It's just stunning. I love them so much. We did a panel ready dishwasher so that would blend in really well. He did these cute little corner brackets for the sink area because I really wanted to put a sink skirt there. We included a lot of drawers because I find those to be way more useful in a kitchen, but we do have some cupboards to kind of break up the design. So this is something that Brigham and I sketched out. Brigham was our carpenter and the talented, very talented man who built these. So we sketched them out, custom everything to kind of fit our vision. And he also did this standing cabinet on the other side where the brick oven area is. And this is so good. It's kind of like our appliance garage. I stick my toaster and blender in there, got more drawers, more cupboard space, and that kind of ties in with the lowers on the other wall. I also really wanted some beadboard backsplash here in this kitchen, so we installed beadboard behind these cabinets and just painted them the same color as the rest of the white. But I love that that adds a little extra detail. Oh, and we need to talk about, I guess, some of the demolition that we did. I should have mentioned that first. But you'll see in these before images, there was actually a wall here where I'm sitting. And this was just a very tiny, tiny dining room, more of like a, just a small like kitchenette area. And then they actually used the space that we have as our walk-in pantry for a formal dining room. Well, I knew that we would need a bigger dining room and a bigger pantry. So we ripped this wall down. I think that's about the only wall we've taken down. We had to add some support up in the beams. It was quite the ordeal, but we got it figured out. This opened up this room a lot. This room could have been like a pantry, but it was also a washer and dryer room, a laundry room, and it was so congested. I couldn't even put like a basket in front of the washer and dryer. So we routed those downstairs. Hopefully someday we'll do like a master bathroom makeover and be able to put a washer and dryer in there so we have something on the main level eventually as well as we age. But that was a huge change. And when we did that, we had to replace these windows. There was just 2 windows and we needed to add another so that we could center the dining table and make this dining room more proportionately correct. We also decided to do a bigger window in the kitchen. It was just a really small window and this is kind of a darker space. And so by adding that bigger window with these windows that twist open, it helped the light pour in, especially here in the dining room, so it feels really good now. Okay, let's talk about the countertop next. I actually did a more detailed video when those were installed, if you want to go back and check that out. But this is a honed marble. It's actually called Volicas. I believe I'm saying that right. It's a marble out of Greece or Italy. I can't remember now. I'll have to go back to that video and check it out. But it's really unique and quite beautiful. And I loved honed marble. I know it's high maintenance, but for me, it is well worth it. We also installed a limestone sink. So this is stone sink. It is so beautiful. Again, it's a little more high maintenance, but I just think it is absolutely beautiful. Okay, let's take a deep look at the brick area. Like I mentioned, this is brick that they took out of some historic homes and made this beautiful little oven fireplace looking area. It is so beautiful. Now they actually just had a cabinet here with a glass top stove top, and then inside that brick where you're seeing this little white cupboard was actually a double oven. They were all getting very old and I really just envisioned the oven inside of the brick area and knew that I would really make good use out of another little cupboard. So we installed the ILVE oven range with the French top. It is stunning and so fun to cook on, and I'll be doing a more detailed video talking all about that. And I really love that this brick in the kitchen matches the brick that's in the fireplace in the adjacent living room, which I've already shared with you guys if you want to check that out and haven't had a chance to do that. So this little cabinet that we ended up putting in place of those double ovens was another custom thing that Brigham made for us. I wanted some beadboard in there to kind of tie in what's across the other wall. It's like this creamy white color, similar to the fridge that we have here in the corner. So when we moved in, the fridge was right off of this dining room. It kind of stuck out like a sore thumb, and we figured the best spot to kind of conceal a refrigerator would be in that corner. We took down some cabinets to fit it there. This is probably my only complaint about the kitchen is that fridge is pretty small, and we're having a hard time finding one narrow enough to fit this space that's any bigger. So that's a challenge. We have an extra fridge in the garage, but that can be a little bit of a pain to go back and forth. So that might just be something I have to live with, or I'm going to keep looking for like just a full fridge without the freezer, which I think would serve us really well because I don't dig into the freezer near as much, and we have a couple freezers out in the garage as well. So I'll keep looking and saving my pennies for something like that, but for now, this like retro looking fridge actually looks really good. Inside this brick area, since we don't have like actual countertop space, we hung some shelving to put spices, cooking oils, salt and pepper and things. And then I thrifted this like rack that I could hang my cast iron pans on, which is so cute. I love how it looks against the brick. So it's very functional in here and just a lot of fun to cook with. All right, I think my favorite feature in this kitchen is this wood island. I actually found a shop on Etsy that makes these custom islands, so I gave them the dimensions that I needed, and they have this beautiful rustic wood that they reuse to make these islands and tables out of. It's stunning. I'm so happy with it. I really just envisioned an open island here, something to add a little more surface space for us to serve food and prep food on, but also I just think it looks really, really good, and it's so fun to decorate and put things on and put things under it. And I hung this little cast iron towel rod so I could put a towel right there by it. It's just beautiful. I think my favorite viewpoint of this kitchen is from the living room looking in, and you get a look at this island with the blue cabinets behind it and the open shelving. It's just my favorite viewpoint in this house so far. And while we're talking about tables, let's talk about this dining table. So this is something my husband made us. I was envisioning this table for so many years, and when we moved here, I knew that we could make it work. We've actually been moving around this wood for many years. When my husband was helping my grandma clean up my grandpa's junkyard after he passed away, my grandpa owned a sawmill, and there was some redwood like buried in the junkyard. Well, my husband unearthed it. Must have been something my grandpa had got a hold of and milled down. And it was really aged and super beautiful, but my husband had it milled down even further into these boards and made us this dining table. It's just a beautiful, beautiful redwood, super hard, and it's just the cutest little farmhouse table. I'm so happy with it. And I've put these white Windsor chairs around it. And behind me here is this hutch, which I got off of Facebook Marketplace for a scream and dill. We did think about pulling it out and sanding it before this reveal. The top is a little bit sanded or worn down, and I like the color of that better, but we realized that the backing was just plywood, and if we sanded that, it probably wouldn't look like the rest of the wood. So I decided to leave it alone. I actually think it looks really beautiful against the blue and white walls. My only issue is I think it conflicts a little bit with the tones on the wood dining table. But the more I live with it, the more it's growing on me. So let me know what you think. If they work together, okay. I have found if I put down a tablecloth that I like it even more. It's just something to break up all that wood. But I do feel like in a mostly painted kitchen, where you don't have wood cabinets, it really helps to sprinkle wood around the room, and you can play with different tones and see how they work. So I love that we have the wood island and the wood table and this wood hutch. So I actually did an AI generated image where I turned this into a creamy white because I thought about painting it for a while. I'll show you here this image, but I don't know, I feel like the wood just looks better. So I don't know if I'll live with it, or maybe someday I'll find like the perfect hutch and be able to replace it. But for now, let me know what you think. Let me know if you think it works. I've just put some extra dishes in here that we have, and some cute ironstone and dishes. So it's working for now, and we'll just let it sit. And then the other wood thing that I need to mention is the open shelving here that my husband built me. It feels so much better to have open shelving in this smaller kitchen rather than upper cupboards. It just opens up the space a lot more. And I am a huge fan of open shelving. I find it to be incredibly convenient. These are our everyday dishes, so we are constantly pulling them, using them. They don't even hardly have time to collect dust. So it's nice to have them right there, super easy to grab and to clean up. I love the little peg rails that my husband put on there. I was dreaming about hanging baskets of garlic and onion and tea towels and things, so that looks super cute against the beadboard backsplash. Okay, what do we have left? Art, lighting. Okay, the lighting, it may actually be a sin to like lighting this much, but I found the most incredible pieces, and I think they work so well in this space. Again, I was looking for more like primitive American colonial type fixtures, and I found this company. Can't remember the name of it right now. I will link it for you, but they actually hand make and custom make these colonial style light fixtures. So we have one above the dining table here. I feel like the black touches in this room work really well in this space. I was worried about black light fixtures, but they really do just kind of ground the space and tie it all in. And I just love how primitive they look, so really cool. But the ones I probably like even more than these colonial fixtures are the blueberry light fixtures that I found for in the kitchen along the wall with the window. I was served an ad on Pinterest for these. They are from Etsy, and I saw them and my jaw dropped. I thought they were so adorable. So I have this ceramic pennant and ceramic sconce, and they have these little painted blueberries on it. I just think it's so perfect for this blue kitchen, and they are adorable. More often than not, I just turned those on and the lighting is not as harsh. It puts a nice glow right on your work surface, and they're just so cute. I also put this lamp that I got from that Colonial Lighting place right here in the kitchen, which is fun to turn on at night. It adds a little bit of a cozy vibe, and of course that colonial look that I'm after. As for the art, I hung a couple of floral prints that I've been packing around with me. This was the perfect spot for them. I think the red and pink look really good against all the blue and kind of break up the blue. Over here, as you're walking into the garage, I hung a little hook rack where we can hang my aprons and this cute cutting board. This is actually something that my husband's brother gifted him, and he has since passed away from cancer, so that's a special little reminder for us there. And above it is some needlepoint art that my mother-in-law made me for Christmas, so I love that. The frame that she picked for it is so beautiful. Next to this hutch are some very special pieces to me that I picked up when I went to Michigan this last summer to be with some YouTube friends. Maybe you caught that video and saw me select these items. But one is this cute little brush. I just love how it looks against this hutch, and then above that is a picture of Michigan, which of course is a reminder of my trip and my dear friends who I got to share that experience with. So it's a great memory. I've been holding on to some blue plates to use in this kitchen. I was so nervous about putting holes in these cabinets, like so nervous. But as soon as these plates got put up, I knew it was perfect. I love how they look on this standalone cabinet. And I actually hung a cutting board on the brick because they had like an intercom system, a really old school one in this house, and we took that out to put in these cabinets, and it left kind of a hole in the wall. So I just put the cutting board right over it and no one is the wiser. Oh, and then by the sink, I thrifted this like little plate rack. Works perfectly here. I love having the towel right there by the sink where I can dry my hands frequently. And then I put some cute little things there to make it pretty. Oh, and I always get asked about this waste basket here. I love having the garbage not inside of a cupboard. Typically it's under the sink, but of course I have that curtain and that would be rather inconvenient. So I love having a garbage just out and easy access because we're constantly cooking in here and throwing things away. So I found this basket that has the hole in the top with a waste bin inside. It works perfect for the garbage in here. And in the pantry, I've also put another basket with a lid that we could put the garbage in. So that's a great idea if you want your garbage out, but you don't want something unsightly. Does that cover it, my friends? I think I've talked about everything. Oh, the kitchen faucet. It's an unlacquered brass faucet. I love how it's aging and the patina that it's getting on there. I forgot to mention that. But I think that wraps it up. I will probably forget something and add it to my blog post, so you can go check that out. And if you have any other questions or comments about this space, please let me know in the comments below. I'm sorry I get a little chatty as I'm revealing a space to you, but I want to cover all the details so that you have a place to find them. We love this space so much. It is definitely the heart of the home, and it's so nice to not have it be under construction anymore. It's been a challenging year to work around that, but well worth it, and we're just so happy with how it turned out. This is a space where we cook together, we eat together, we pray together. There's just so much togetherness happening in this kitchen, and it's where I get to express so much creativity and joy because I really enjoy cooking nourishing foods and providing for my family in that way. I really hope you've enjoyed seeing it as well, and I thank you for joining me this week, and please make sure you're subscribed. I love to pop on here every week. Usually Tuesdays at 2 o'clock is my video launch time, so make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. That really helps me out and helps my videos get more reach, so I appreciate your time in subscribing and leaving me a comment and helping my channel out in that way. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you feel inspired. I hope you've enjoyed your time, and I will most certainly be back very soon to share more inspiration for the keeper of the home.